Hi guys, so I'm back with another video. I know that I just started YouTube videos, so there's not much you guys know about me, and I know the 25 things you don't know about me tag is going around. So I thought I'd do something like that just to kind of introduce myself to you and have you get to know me a little bit better. So I have a list because I didn't want to just go off and ramble about it. I wanted to be a little bit prepared. So the first thing is I was born in Manila, Philippines. I am Filipino. I came here when I was about 6 months old. I was actually supposed to be born in the United States, but my parents' paperwork and everything wasn't finished by the time my mom gave birth. So I was born in the Philippines, and then I am a U.S. citizen, so I have dual citizenship, which is nice. If I ever decide, I don't know, to buy property in the Philippines, I can. About 2 years ago in 2008, I swam with sharks. My husband is very, very, very into sharks. It's like his thing that he likes to, I don't know, he's really into. And he watches Shark Week every year when it comes around, and he's just really obsessed with sharks. So I thought it would be fun to do something for him while we were in Hawaii. And when I was in there, I was like, why did I do this? Why did I decide to do this? Because I was terrified. I was so scared. It's in a cage, and you're in a cage with several other people, maybe about 6 of us. And I just stayed in one little corner of the cage and didn't move and was holding on for dear life. And part of the cage was plexiglass, so it actually looked like you were staring at the shark, and these sharks were just coming by me, staring at me, and I don't know if they could sense my fear, but I would never do it again. It was a once in a lifetime thing, and even while I was down there, I was like, why did I agree to this? Why did I even arrange this? Why did I do this? I was so afraid. Which also kind of relates to this next one. Where did it go? Oh, okay, here it is. So I'm afraid of fish and aquariums. When I was little, there was a fish store next to our church that we used to always go to. And the back part of the fish store was always dark, like where all the aquariums were, where the fish were kept. It was like in a dark room. The only thing that illuminated were the lights from the fish tank, and it was just a scary place to be. I hated going there after church every Sunday, and I don't know if that's where it comes from, but whenever I'm in a aquarium, or if there's large aquariums around, like, and it's an aisle of aquariums, I get very anxious. If it's one of those walkways that are enclosed, you know, those little aquarium that you can kind of walk through, I don't go. And I used to be able to, but I tried it and I just can't do it. I get just too anxious. I'm too scared. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I think something's gonna like pop out in front of me and it'll just surprise me. But yeah, I just don't like fish or aquarium. I will snorkel if I'm with someone holding their hand. I will do that. I've never tried scuba diving. I don't know if I would ever. But yes, I'm scared of fish. Another thing is I have 2 kids. I have a daughter. She's 5. And then I have a son who's almost 2. So he'll be 2 in December. One of the things I hate is I hate getting out of the shower and stepping directly onto the tile or onto the bathroom floor, which is rarely. I mean, usually there's always a rug. We always have a rug or a towel where, you know, if you're in a hotel and they provide towels for your feet. But there's just those rare occasions where there's just nothing. There's nothing. And I usually like to prepare myself. I will like put my dirty clothes down and like make a towel, or make something where I can step. I just feel like you just get out of the shower and then you're going to step on, you know, the bathroom floor, which even though I know it's clean, I just feel dirty. So I don't like to do that. I graduated high school when I was 17. I don't know, I guess that's not rare. I started school when I was 4 in kindergarten, but I was the youngest out of all my friends. All my friends were already, had just turned 18 when we started high school, and I had to wait another whole year to turn 18. And that was the same in college. I was always the youngest. I was the last one to turn 21, and it sucked. It sucked. And I was always called baby, of the group. When I go to work, I don't have to commute on a freeway, which I love. I worked very close to my job. I mean, it's not very close. It's about 15 minutes away, but I can take side streets. I can take kind of like it's called an expressway, but it's a busy street with stoplights on it. I don't have to get onto the freeway. I don't have to deal with traffic. I don't have to deal with road rage or, I mean, I guess it's not as bad because we're not stuck in traffic, but I just love that I don't have to deal with traffic in the morning or going home from work. I've skydived once when I was, I think I did it for my 21st birthday. And I think I would do it again. It wasn't that bad. I mean, compared to shark diving and skydiving, I think I would do the skydiving again. Free falling was not that bad. It was actually pretty exciting. The part where I got sick was when the parachute had, we had let go of the parachute and we were just kind of gliding. And I started getting sick, like motion sickness, and I almost threw up when we landed. So, not too bad. I would do it again. In my early 20s, like college years, 22, 23, before I had kids, I was an avid snowboarder. I loved snowboarding. We would go every weekend. I live in the Bay Area, so we're about 4 hours away from Lake Tahoe. So we would go almost every weekend. I used to travel to go snowboarding. I've been to Whistler, Colorado, Utah, Oregon. I went down to Mammoth and snowboarded a couple times. And it was just something I loved to do. I mean, I never did tricks or anything like that. I was a pretty good snowboarder. I mean, I could get down the mountain pretty fast. I didn't do anything fancy though, it was just kind of the rush of the speed and getting down the mountain. And it was just a lot of fun being able to visit different places and go snowboarding and then kind of relax and then, make a whole weekend of it. So that's what I did a lot to get away in my early 20s. But now that I have kids, I don't think I've gone snowboarding in, 7 years. So it's been a long time. I'm probably really rusty. When I first got my iPhone, which was in 2007, the first generation iPhone, and probably ever since the summer of 2011, I really did not even... I knew what YouTube was, but I really wasn't even into it. Like, there was an app on the first couple iPhones, and it was like something that I would not even have on my homepage. Like, it would be like it would be on the last page, an app that I would never use, and I never got it. I never understood how big YouTube was until I started watching it and started getting into the beauty community of it. And now it's like I use it for anything. If I want to know how to do something, I'll look up YouTube. If I want to, entertain myself or find a music video or anything. I mean, there's so much stuff on YouTube. But before last summer, I'm like, YouTube, what? I mean, so many people used to be like, oh yeah, YouTube. And I'm like, why? Is it really that big of a deal? So I was just really oblivious. And now I'm totally obsessed. So it's just funny. Another thing is I hate frogs. I don't know if it's a hate or if I'm scared of frogs. They are not cute. I mean, some people think that frogs are cute. To me, frogs are not cute. I don't find them cute in any way. If I see a frog, I will get grossed out. I will jump if I see a frog and it like surprises me and it jumps along. Yeah, I just try to avoid frogs at all possible costs. And I remember that there's one time this show, it was called Fear Factor. I know probably a lot of people know. But they were in a swamp and they had to be locked up in a cage laying down in the water and all these frogs on top of them. And then once they got out of the cage, they had to blend up frogs and drink it. And I'm like, oh my God, if I was on that show, I would have just been like, I can't, I'm sorry, I can't do it. No, that's not for me. So one last thing that I can think of is that if I start a beauty product, I have to finish it before I open a new one. Now that only applies to certain things, like concealers. It applies to mascaras. It applies to what else? Like hair products. I'll just use one hairspray, and once that hairspray is gone, then that's when I'll start using a different one. Powders, I use up the powder until it's gone, and then I open up a new one. The only thing I do kind of look into or kind of switch around are eyeshadows, my blush, foundations. But yeah, I have like this one I've been working on, and I'm going to finish it until and I won't break it out a new one until I do finish this. So that's it for now. That's all I could really think of. I mean, I only took about 10 minutes to jot these down. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you'd like to have another one of these videos to kind of get to know me a little bit more, or if you have certain questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay, bye.